Hey, what's going on guys, I'm Xret, and in this video I'm going to show you how to have a UI like mine. A lot of you guys have commented on my post asking about it, and I thought it's time to create this video. My UI is not from a single add-on. I've progressed making this UI throughout a year that it looks like this now. There are so many add-ons running simultaneously, so you gotta be patient while making your UI, and I'm saying it's not something you can create in 10 minutes. Before I start explaining, please give me 20 seconds of your precious time, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and make sure to share the UI guide with your friends. Thank you very much. And please accept my apologies for my voice. I just caught a cold a few days ago and I couldn't speak properly. So I'm gonna start with showing my add-ons. Some of them may not be used in UI, but in case you need them anyway, here they are. By the way, I'm not using grayed out add-ons. There might be a question a lot of you may ask, and that is how I darkened everything in my UI. Well, I'm using two add-ons to do that. First one is called Mask, which changes the shape of your spell bars or anything that looks like that, and all you need to do is to go to its settings and set any spell bar you want to Mask Shadow 1. Using this add-on you can also change the way your buffs and debuffs look like. The second add-on I'm using is called Dark Mode UI, which darkens the edges of frame bars like party frames or unit frames, including your health bar, and these are my settings. Move Anything is an add-on which allows you to move anything you see on your screen, even if it's not movable by the game settings itself, and I've only used this add-on to move my buffs and debuffs because I've scaled up my minimap a bit. Bartender is the add-on I'm using for my spell bars, and here's how it works. Type /bartender in the chat box and hit enter, and its settings will pop up. In the settings you can enable or disable any bar you want, and I've put micro menu bar plus back bar in this corner. To move spell bars easily, you can uncheck lock and move anything you want, then recheck lock button. I got two main bars for my main spells and have couple of 4 button bars for my macros, utility spells, and etc. So how do you create these? Enable a new bar and lower the button number to 4, then increase row number to 2. Then you can have 2 rows of 2 buttons. Easy. Then move them wherever you want. And if you also want your spells to be more close to each other like mine, you can reduce padding to 0. Literally copy my settings and you'll be fine. Bartender also has an easy keybinding feature. Click this keybinding button and mouse over spells you want to keybind and press the key. I'm using Plater add-on for nameplates, and I think it's just awesome. I got a custom Plater profile called Xret. If you want to have mine, I've put a link of that in the description below. Go through the link and click copy import strings, then type /Plater in your game, go to the profile tab and click on import profile, then simply paste what you copied using Ctrl V, then click OK. It may take a bit to apply and your game may freeze depending on your PC. Also, I must mention that since I am also a healer, this Plater is including friendly targets nameplates, and if you want to turn that off, simply disable friendly nameplates from game's interface option here. So all these icons you see on the screen are just fake and they're not actual spells. They only show when I get a special buff, or some of them only show when my spells are off cooldown. This add-on is called Tellmewhen. Once you have the add-on, type TMW, it should show you these 4 boxes, and in each of them you can define a concept and you can put some sort of reaction icons, so when it triggers it shows the icon. I'm gonna show you 2 examples and then how to have more of these around the screen. First one is my judgment ability cooldown. And the second one shows my zeal buff uptime. And to change the way they look like, you can also choose the add-on I talked about earlier called Mask. I'm using a lot of Weakauras, but you may not want all of them, and they are not part of my UI, but some of the most useful Weakauras for dungeons I got in my UI are Balris, Bloodlust, Shadowlands Dungeons, N+ Timer, Zen Tracker, Party Cooldown Tracker, Backend and Frontend Weakauras, and Raid-Frame defensive CDs that shows defensive spell icons on party member HP bars if they use their defensives. All of them are linked in the description below. Keep in mind that Zen Tracker has some instructions that you have to follow, otherwise it won't work. And I also recommend you to install its newest update rather than mine. Just search its name and you'll find it. Bigdebuffs is an add-on which shows if someone has used a big defensive or offensive CD and or if they are disabled, like silenced, CC'd or anything like that, next to their nameplates. I'm using EasyFrames add-on for Unitframes and my settings are like this. And I'm using Blizzard's default party frame. You can just go through interface, then rate tab and do what I'm doing, then hit apply. And you can reposition the party frames, and also if you're raiding once in a while, you can go to raid tab back again and reduce width and height of frames, then unlock the party frame and stick it to the left side, and this way you have a lot of space even if you are 30-man raiding. If you were curious about my damage and healing fonts, there are two add-ons called NameplateSCT and NiceDamage. First one for damage and second one for healing numbers. And these are my settings for NameplateSCT add-on. I've been searching so damn much for this add-on. It's called Derangement Shield Meter. It's unbelievably useful as a healer and shows absorb amounts if your party member has full health. Blizzard's default UI doesn't have this feature. Cursor Trail is the add-on that is adding magic effects around my cursor, so I won't sometimes miss where I'm clicking. And of course it's super fancy, and it's got so many themes. I'm using Bagnon add-on for my bags, and Whim is my Whisper Messenger add-on, and I also got Kilk's Whisper sound, which plays a sound like a ding when I receive a whisper, so I won't miss anything. And this is Details add-on. You are all familiar with it already. And this one here is an add-on called Holy Power Indicator that you can also use it for other classes like rogues or feral druids. I also use an add-on to track my focus target cast to interrupt them, and the add-on is called Quartz. You can disable or enable every tab but the one you want, and resize or move the cast bar wherever you want. And I'm using Sexy Map add-on for my minimap, and the theme is Faded Square. You can set it here. Last thing on my screen that I haven't explained yet is this add-on which shows my rotation, and it's called Trophy GCD. To set it up yourself, uncheck all of these rows, except player, and set these two numbers the way you want. I think I've covered everything. The little things I haven't talked about are not important, like this is a Weakaura that shows and updates WoW token cost constantly, or this one is the TomTom add-on that is not even used or needed. But if you've got any question about anything I haven't mentioned, you can ask in the comments and I'll give you the answer. I've covered every single add-on. If you see something I haven't mentioned, be sure that it's a Weakaura that can be easily found by searching in Google, or you can ask me its name and I'll answer you. Alright guys, make sure you have liked the video, sub to the channel and share the video with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one.